Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Ivy League Analytical English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Well, today's Saturday, and we're going to finish this great week with an article on one of the most famous American actors currently still acting, Morgan Freeman, in this article entitled The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman, The Fight for Peace.
Is it me, or has Morgan Freeman played God as a role more than any other actor I've ever seen?
Well, he played with Jim Carrey, he played God.
He's done it at least 4 times that I can think of.
Wow. Yeah, 所以这个摩根费里曼呢，他演过很多次的上帝哈，至少演了4次哈，所以这个
It's his gravitas.
Yeah.
It's his voice.
It's his dang voice.
Yeah,
It's such a nice voice.
他的声音哈非常的特别哈。那我们看到这篇文章的标题，中文标题是摩根费里曼之人类的故事啊，然后副标题是为和平而战。
Okay, the article is about our National Geographic friends. Once a month, we feature one of their TV programs or series, and the story of us is part of the name of a new series. I think it's was on TV the beginning of this year. I'll read through the article so we can get busy going through it with you, sentence by sentence. Throughout our history, human beings have had to fight for survival. Wars over resources, land, or for revenge have caused uncountable tragedies to occur. While most would hope for a peaceful world, such violence forces us to ask, what is it that drives humans to fight each other? To find out the answers to one of life's oldest questions, National Geographic's The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman, The Fight for Peace, sent the show's famous host to a handful of international locations to talk to people about why they are fighting. Although the idea of fighting for peace seems like a contradiction, many places are searching for a way out of the cycle of violence. Among his many stops, Freeman investigates the ritualized combat practiced by tribes in Bolivia during the Tinku Festival. Their fighting is more like a dance or boxing match than actual violence, but it is rooted in the idea of sacrifice to a higher power through the release of anger and frustration. In that way, they are able to maintain a lasting peace between communities. A more complicated example of human violence, highlighted by the show, takes Freeman to the country of Ethiopia, where harsh survival conditions lead to conflict over food, water, and livestock. The decades of fighting between Dasanach and Yangatam tribes in Ethiopia is reinforced from generation to generation because it is seen as the only way to protect families and community standards that are threatened by bloodthirsty revenge. Deadly rivalries are common, and warriors are honored members of the tribe. How could this kind of lifestyle be pacified? Explore the possibilities and watch The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman, The Fight for Peace, on National Geographic to find out.
This is actually a really interesting idea.
Concept.
Well, it's like to find out, how do people figure out how to make peace? That is a very good thing for all of us to explore. And from my own research, it turns out that a lot of people do it simply by ritualizing the fighting. So because, you want to get the passions out. So it used to be said about America that people ritualize their passions through baseball and basketball and football. I don't know if that's true anymore for the U.S., but it worked for a while, I guess.
Yeah, 这个刚刚 Angela 讲到说，其实很多人有史以来大概都想到怎么样用什么东西可以取代战争啊。那这个其中大家人类找到一个方法，就是你可以 ritualize 啊很多东西，然后来取代战争，就是把很多东西变成好像是个仪式一样。那其中这个常常人家提到，其实运动啊，就是很多人讲它就是取代了一种战争啊。因为像这个大家有没有感觉到很奇怪？就有的时候 有什么运动比赛啊，说这个其实根本不是这几个国家在打仗，但是你在看的时候就有这种感觉。那其实那个我觉得多多少少有一点关系，这在我们内心的深处有一点那种国族的对抗啊什么的，那种对抗我们就是靠运动把它升华掉了，所以运动有它很这个正面的意义啊。
It's actually part of the origin story of hip-hop music, actually. Was that dancing and being able to make up poetry on the spot better than your rivals they were trying to substitute that for actual fighting in the community in Bronx where it started. And it was a successful initiative, actually.
所以这个嘻哈音乐其实也是一样哈，这个也是某一种对抗的这个升华啊，因为这个最早他们在发源的时候，在这个黑人社区里面，他们彼此之间可能会有帮派，本来是要竞争的。但他们把这种帮派之间的械斗转为这种好，我们就来看谁的舞能够跳得最好，然后谁能够在这个立刻在当场就能够做出很好的音乐或者做出很好的歌词，彼此来竞争。那这样子后来果然这个嘻哈音乐变得非常的发达。
So going to our article, the first sentence is, throughout our history, human beings have had to fight for survival. That is actually a very particular worldview that I take exception with. Like, I understand that you're using fight for survival, which is a very common collocation because we're talking about fighting, but I don't know if that's really true that we've always had to fight for survival.
好，所以第一句呢很简单，但是其实是个相当 philosophical 的问题啊。那个我们先看他的这个句子，他说throughout our history 就是在人类的历史上面呢这个从有人类以来到现在呢 human beings 就是人类have had to 这个必须要 fight for survival 必须为了生存而战斗那这个地方所谓的是个哲学性的问题，就是也另外有一种想法或者是一种看法，就是人类不一定要 fight 才能够 survive 彼此事实上可能另外一个 obvious 这个 alternative 就是 cooperate 人类也许可以合作，也可以 for survival.
Right.
Well, I've come to think of it, I fight for a seat on the MRT. I fight others when there's a sale in a department store.
You're part of the problem.
Sorry. The theater of fighting has changed remarkably over human history.
That's true,
People tend to fight when resources are scarce. That's actually the real story.
Yeah, 所以
but it's generally people survive when they cooperate.
Yeah, 这个人的资源减少的时候，人们常常必须要彼此这个竞争或者战斗那至于合作的话呢，这个可能这是另外一个方法，可以求得生存的一个方法。
Okay, continuing. Wars over resources like water and food, land, or for revenge, you did something bad to me, boy, am I going to show you, have caused uncountable tragedies to occur, whether it's a war that was written in history or just two families.
A blood feud.
There you go. Feud. F-E-U-D. F-E-U-D.
Yeah.
Feud.
That's on my list of words that are not spelled the way they sound.
Feud 常常我们用来指这个家族之间的世仇或者家族之间的一些仇恨那我们看看这个句子，他说 wars 战争over 在这里表示原因因为怎么样 resources 因为资源land 因为土地而战争or 或者是 for revenge for 在这里也是表示原因那这主要是英文介系词的用法问题你可以说这个 wars over resources wars over land，但是 wars over revenge 就怪怪的应该是 wars for revenge 这样才合乎它的习惯用法，所以这里我们会加上一个 for 所以为了报仇而打的仗所以战争可能是为了争夺资源争夺土地，或者是干脆很简单就是为了报仇。那这些战争呢 have caused 他们已经造成了 uncountable 就是 too many to be counted 数不清的 tragedies 悲剧 to occur 发生。
So while most would hope for a peaceful world, it's true, most of us just kind of want to live our lives, such violence, the kind of violence that we see, forces us to ask. It makes us ask, what is it that drives humans to fight each other? What's behind this sort of, this constant thing that crops up of people wanting to get into a fight?
好 while 就是一方面这虽然，但是语气很轻的虽然它是对比两样事情。一方面呢，这个大多数的人 most 就是 most people would hope 都希望for a peaceful world 都希望有一个和平的世界就是大多数人都希望世界和平。但是呢 such violence 就是前面讲到这种各种各样的战争呢，这种暴力呢 forces us to think, to ask 啊，它使我们不禁要问啊，这个强迫我们去问说 What is it 啊？到底是什么东西啊 ？That 这个 that 就指那个 it 啊 ，that drives humans 啊 to fight each other。到底是什么东西会促使人类彼此争斗啊 ？fight each other。那这个 drive 在这里呢，不是开车的意思 ，drive 在这里是 compel 啊，就是逼迫啊 ，compel 啊，或者驱使，或者的 urge 啊，urge 啊的意思。所以到底是什么东西驱使人们要彼此争斗
The answer is that human beings are just huge drama queens, okay?
Yeah, drama queens 就是这个很戏剧化的哈，这个很喜欢演这个很喜欢戏剧性的东西的 ，Yeah.
Okay, the next sentence finishes our first paragraph. To find out the answers to one of life's oldest questions, and that's the question we just posed at the end of the previous sentence, National Geographic's The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman, The Fight for Peace. Of course, you've noticed that the story all the way to For Peace is in italics, so that's the name of the series. This is not a single program. It is a series of programs. National Geographic sent the show's famous host, that's Morgan Freeman, to a handful of some, it's not a very exact word, of international locations, places around the world, to talk to people about why are you fighting?
OK 那 to find out 我们要找出 the answers 找出答案哈 the answers to 就是什么东西的答案哈我们要找到什么答案呢 the answers to one of life's oldest questions 就是生命最古老的问题的答案就生命最古老问题之一的这个答案我们要找到这个答案所以我们看到接下来他说这个国家地理频道呢这一个摩根费里曼的人类故事为和平而战那他用斜体字表示这是一系列的节目不是一集的节目好所以这个节目呢 sent 就是派遣 the show's famous host 这个节目的知名的主持人就是摩根费里曼 to a handful of handful 是 a small number 所以几个的意思 a handful of 派他去几个这个 international locations 一些国际的地点 location 就是这个 a place 或者 a position 通常是 a place that something happens 所以把它送到这几个国际的地点去to talk to people 就跟人们谈一谈 about 谈什么呢 about why they are fighting 问问看大家谈一谈你们为什么要彼此战争彼此争斗呢
So, although the idea of fighting for peace seems like a contradiction, like how do you make peace if you're fighting, many places are searching for a way out of the cycle of violence. So, in fact, people who are in the peace process of various places, they don't like to talk about fighting for peace because it is a contradiction. But yeah, it's an oxymoron. How do you fight to make something about not fighting? But people a lot of places are searching for a way out of the cycle of violence. And violence tends to actually be a cycle.
好，这个 oxymoron 就是一个矛盾修饰法所以在这地方你说 fighting for peace 你战争为了要和平这感觉起来是有一点矛盾的那所以他说虽然呢这个 idea 就是 fighting for peace 为和平而战这样的概念seems like看起来好像是个 contradiction 是有矛盾的但是呢很多地方 are searching for 他们都在寻找 a way 一个方法能够 out of the cycle of violence 能够脱离暴力的循环因为这个 violence 你如果不小心处理或者不好好处理的话它会变成一个循环的所以今天我打你明天你找更多人打我然后后天我再找更多人打你然后你又去找更多的人来打我这样永远打不完这样就是 cycle of violence 这不是解决事情的方法
Among his many stops, Freeman investigates the ritualized combat practiced by tribes in Bolivia during the Tinku Festival. So, as it says, he's going to visit a handful of international locations. One of them is in Bolivia. There is a tribe that he wants to investigate. He wants to check out ritualized combat. This means they're not fighting with weapons in order to hurt or kill each other. It's ritualized. It would be more like theater or a dance, something like that. And the Bolivian tribe are I'm not sure they're the Tinku people, but they call their festival the Tinku Festival.
好，然后呢 ，among his many stops stops 就是短暂停留的地方，也就是他前面讲的 a handful of locations, international locations。好，所以在他去的这些地方，很多地方之中呢，Freeman 他 investigates 他去调查这个 ritualized combat。ritualized 就是仪式化的，换句话说，这种 combat 这个战斗呢，不是真的在打而是仪式化的，它可能变成一个舞蹈，或者变成一个象征性的表演性质的，在节庆里面表演之类的这样叫做 ritualized。他去调查一下这种 ritualized combat， 然后呢是 practiced by，practice 就是这个执行通常可能是个习俗来执行来做的意思通常是 as a part of custom 然后呢这个 by tribes 一些部落的一些习俗会有这种 ritualized combat。那这个部落是在 Bolivia 那尤其是在什么期间呢？在这个停库the Tinku Festival 期间，会有一些 ritualized combat。
We can see ritualized combat frequently in Chinese opera.
所以像这个我们这个京剧里面常常就会看到这种 ritualized combat。你看到他们那个打不是真的在打，就是象征性的这样打一打或者其实这个庙会活动里面应该也有类似的东西。
Or I imagine it's something like capoeira, which is like half fighting, half dancing in Brazil.
Yeah.
像巴西的一种这个好像半战斗半舞蹈的一种这个也算是舞蹈了。其实
They are actual fights, but there's like limits. You don't actually hurt the people.
Yeah, sumo.
Yeah, there you go. That's a really good example.
Yeah, 或者是相扑之类的他们这个有某种争斗的这个成分在里面，他们不是真正要这个要伤害对方，或者是要对方要杀对方这样的战斗，不是。
So our article says that during the Tinku Festival, the people in the festival, their fighting is more like a dance or boxing match than actual violence. Although I would say that a boxing match is actual violence. So depends on your it depends on your definition. But it is rooted in the fighting is rooted in the idea of sacrifice to a higher power. So it's not just you, me, we're going to settle our differences. It's all dedicated to a larger purpose, which is sacrificing to a higher power. A higher power usually means something like a god. And they do this through the release of anger and frustration. So they ritualize it and they make it serve a greater purpose, and that is more satisfying then in the end, I believe.
好，所以他们的这个战斗呢 ，fighting is more like 比较像是个舞蹈 ，a dance， 或者是一个 boxing match 一个拳击比赛这样子那当然，拳击比赛其实很多时候已经相当的 violent 那尤其或者像那综合格斗比赛那个其实已经相当 violent 不过他在这里是觉得这个 boxing match 这个还好，不是真正的 actual violence 所以它比较像舞蹈，比较像是个拳击比赛而比较不是真正的暴力。但是呢 ，it is rooted in， 但它的根是在哪里？它是根植于一种 idea， 一种想法。这种想法是 sacrifice， 是献祭或者是这个牺牲 to a higher power higher power 通常就是一个 a deity， 一个神a god deity 也是神deity deity。所以他们是这个想法本来是要献祭给神那透过什么献祭呢？透过 the release of， 透过 release 就是释放，他们释放 anger 还有释放他们的 frustration， 释放他们的愤怒，释放他们的挫折感就透过这样的一种仪式性的这种 ritualized combat 然后呢，一方面献祭，一方面能够释放他们的情绪。
In that way, by ritualizing their interaction, making it look like they're really fighting, but actually they're just finding ways to blow off steam in most cases. They can get rid of some of the anger and frustration. Therefore, they could keep a lasting peace, a peace that goes on for a long period of time between the various mountain communities here in Bolivia.
You get to have your drama and keep your peaceful community.
Yeah. 好，那这个刚 Bruce 老师讲到有 blow off steam 就是发泄的意思发泄出气的意思所以这个地方他讲到说 in that way 他们透过这样的一种这个 ritualized combat 他们就可以 maintain 维持 a lasting peace lasting 就是 continuing 持续，他们可以维持一个持续的和平 between communities， 他们的各社群之间就可以有和平存在。
A more complicated example of human violence highlighted by the show takes Freeman to the country of Ethiopia. And in Ethiopia, there are harsh survival conditions. Harsh means really difficult or very hard to overcome or surmount. And these difficult conditions lead to conflict over very basic things, food, water, and livestock.
好，所以呢，一个比较 complicated 一个比较复杂的例子of human violence， 人类暴力一个比较复杂的例子呢 highlighted by the show， highlighted 就是 foregrounded F-O-R 或者后面再加个 G-R-O-U-N-D foregrounded 就是凸显出来这个另外一个人类的这个暴力被凸显出来，由这个节目所凸显出来的一个比较复杂的暴力的例子呢 takes Freeman 就带着这个 Freeman 到了这个伊索比亚这个国家 where 就是在这个国家呢 harsh 就是很严酷的这个 survival conditions 严酷的生存条件 condition 在这可以说是条件严酷的生存条件 lead to 就是 cause 它会造成了 conflict 一些冲突over 后面也是加原因，为了什么而冲突呢？为了 food 食物 water 水还有 livestock 就是这个牲畜，它是集合名词不加 s。The
decades of fighting between Dasanach and Yangatom tribes in Ethiopia is reinforced. It is buffered. It is increased from generation to generation because it is seen as the only way to protect families and community standards, to protect the living, the people you live with are your families. Your community standards are your tribe's values and beliefs that are threatened by others, especially revenge. When one man kills another man in combat, that other man's family will want to kill someone in his, if not him, someone in his family. Well, this is simple revenge, but it ends up as being a real tragedy.
好，所以 the decades of fighting 数十年的争斗在这两个这个部族伊索比亚这两个部族之间已经持续了数十年的争斗 is reinforced 被强化 reinforced strengthen 被强化 from generation to generation 一代一代的被强化为什么呢 because it is seen as 因为它被视为 the only way 唯一的一个方法来可以 protect families 保卫你的家人还有呢 community standards 这 community standards 在这里就是指他们这个社群就是这个部族他们的一些道德的这个传统价值还有信仰等等的这些都是指这个 standard community standards 那这个他们要保护他们的家园保护他们的信仰他们的这个文化那这东西都怎么样 that are threatened by bloodthirsty revenge 他们被威胁受到什么威胁呢受到那种 bloodthirsty 嗜血的这个血腥的很嗜血的 revenge 报复报仇所以他们之间这样打来打去然后一代一代越来越严重因为他们这个觉得争斗报复这是唯一能够保护他们家人的方法
Deadly rivalries are common. If something is deadly, it can cause you to die. And a rivalry is a competition between people. So, these deadly rivalries are common, and warriors are honored members of the tribe. So if you're good at fighting, then people respect you, which is part of the problem, I'd just like to point out.
Yeah, deadly 就是致命的这个 rivalries 就敌对的行为这种致命的敌对行为 are common 很常见。然后呢，战士 warriors are honored 他们受到的这个尊敬他们是 honored members of the tribe 他们是部落里面受到尊敬的一些成员那这也是问题的这个来源之一因为他们这些战士被尊敬所以他们大家更喜欢作战
How could this kind of lifestyle be pacified? The lifestyle here is these generation after generation of deadly rivalries. Well, how do you make peace? To pacify is to make peace. How can you make peace when the situation is like that?
Yeah, pacify. Pacify 就是 to cause or force to become peaceful. 所以像这样的一种生活方式，这种彼此争斗、世代相传的这种彼此争斗的生活方式，我们怎么样才可以让它这个成为和平的、平静下来呢？
So, explore the possibilities and watch The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman. The Fight for Peace on National Geographic to find out.
Explore the possibilities 大家可以探索一下各种可能性。然后呢，请大家收看这个摩根费里曼之人类的故事为和平而战。
Well, that's it for today. Hope you get to see that program. Until our next lesson,
Bye-bye.
Bye.